Welcome to Nerd to Nerd. Our guest today is the amazing Mark Christopher Lawrence. He is one of the funniest men I know. Today, I just would like to talk to you a little bit about what you've been doing this past year, your projects, how you've been surviving quarantine, and maybe a couple nerd questions as well. I do have a first question for you. If that's
Cool.
So what do you nerd out about?
Ah, old films. I think are my favorite things. Theater. I go nuts over theater, and clearly art. Like that's like old movie posters back there. I mean, concert posters. So that sort of thing.
I love it. Now, when you go to Comic-Con, who do you go and nerd out about? Who do you go see?
Nobody. I cannot stand in line to see somebody. I can't do it.
It's
So
kind of bad.
generally when I'm at Comic-Con, I'm filming man on the street interviews for 3 different outlets in San Diego, the Geek Roundtable, sometimes for KUSI News and a couple of other places here locally in San Diego.
That reminds me of your airplane pictures.
Yes, the sleep selfies with sleeping strangers. I really missed that.
Oh, yeah. Well, hopefully that'll continue again soon.
Yeah, hopefully. We got some irons in the fire, and hopefully when things get back to, when people get back to work, we'll be able to go and capitalize on some of the stuff that's smoldering.
I love it. So you just recently did a table read of a previous episode of Chuck. What else have you been occupying your time with this season?
Well, we shot before, like 48 hours before the quarantine lockdown of LA. We shot a short film from conception to shoot was a 48-hour window, and we started shooting at 7 p.m. the night before the lockdown, and completed it that evening, and then released it a few weeks later after editing and all that stuff with the music video. It's called Stacks, and it's pretty good.
Hilarious! It was hilarious. I thought it was funny.
Thank you.
Very, very timely. So, but you also just finished a film.
Yeah, we shot a short for the San Diego Film Festival, and it's all about social distancing, and it's what do you call it? An adaptation of Romeo and Juliet. So it was definitely the Shakespearean language, which was kind of rewritten to help it be, I guess, more palatable for what's going on with coronavirus today. And the way we shot, everybody who was on camera, you had your mask off, but then once you were off camera, your mask on. All the crew had on masks. We were, I think, with crew and cast, we were never over 10 people in a room at a time. So we kept it very safe to shoot and got it shot, and now it's in editing.
Nice. And Sleeper Agent came out this year.
Yeah, Sleeper Agent is a fun film. Canadian comedian Leland Clausen, who is hilarious. If you get a chance to see Leland, go check him out. He is hilarious. He approached me last year with an idea for a film, and asked me if I'd want to do it, and I was like, of course. And we shot it, and it's really funny. I went to a premiere in Canada, and it was great.
That's fantastic. You've had a couple things this year. You've had a cooking show, couple.
Well, the cooking show is Scott Wood's show. Scott Wood does a thing called I smell something funny, or something smells funny.
Something smells
And
funny. Yes.
so he had several comics come on and cook something. And I have to say that my dish was probably the best actual cooking dish. You had people making cupcakes. Come on, man, that ain't cooking.
Salads. We won't tell Victoria.
Yeah.
Smoothies.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is that what you did, a smoothie?
I think, who did the smoothie? Victoria did a salad.
Oh, she did a salad.
I
Come
remember that
on.
much.
So, is a salad really cooking? Are you really cooking? Can you really call that cooking? I don't think you can.
No. I'd have to say yours is definitely the most cooking that we had.
Yeah.
And and one of the hardest fishes in America to find, of course, Mark Christopher Lawrence chooses to have.
Yeah, that is the easiest fish. The fish for the actual recipe is monkfish. That's harder to find.
Good point. You kind of gave us a little bit of a break there.
Yeah, so I gave you something that had a similar consistency, and it still was light and not fishy, and worked for the recipe.
So tell us about this inspiration for this recipe. What kind of brought you to a place where you wanted to start cooking light?
I don't know that I wanted to start cooking light, other than I sort of needed to start cooking light because I'm a big guy and I'm getting older, and I need to sort of take some recipes that used to have a heavier fat content and bring those down so that they work better for me as I get older. And I'm actually on a journey of trying to drop a little weight. So while I'm doing that, I don't want to starve while I'm going through my weight loss, and I still want it to taste good. I don't want to have arugula and an almond, for dinner. So I'm choosing just choosing healthier things to eat as opposed to just frying some catfish, which would have been my go-to, 10 years ago. If Scott would have called me and said, "Yeah, we can fry some catfish and do some collard greens with ham hocks and all that," but looking for something healthy, that's what I chose.
I love it. Oh, wait. What do we have here? Scott Wood!
What?
Hey, Scott Wood. How's it going?
Hello, Colleen, and who's that handsome gentleman down below?
What's going on, Scotty?
Not a whole lot. Just great to be here. Perfect timing. Gardener's here. What do you hear in the background? It's the gardener. But that's about it. Great to be here.
Man, your sound is in and out, and you're freezing up. What are you using? An Etch-a-Sketch?
Mm-hmm. Yes. It'll do it for me. Let me get some volume. But thanks for having me on, Miss Bennett.
Yeah, it's odd because we were just talking about the show, and I don't know, you just kind of popped up. So
well, always great to be a part of whatever you guys are doing, and Mark too. Mark has a great new short film that I saw. It's very dramatic. It's called Stacks, and I don't know if you've seen that yet.
Very dramatic.
Have you? Very dramatic.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
With a nice surprise ending.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, guys, tell me a little bit about your show and what inspired a show about healthy cooking. Mark kind of filled us in a little bit. I think personally that Ryan McPartland gave him a call and gave him a little bit of a guilt trip to us.
No, Ryan is the prettiest man I ever met.
He's got some good food
Man, that's a good-looking dude. I tell you that right now. And his wife is beautiful too. It's like
Danielle's.
So you gotta have everything. You gotta have everything.
I know.
Well, eat the food. See, that's the thing, is you eat their food line and you become.
Yeah, but he eats whatever he wants to eat. I was in London with him. I saw him eat.
Sorry, Ryan. Sorry. I tried.
It probably doesn't gain an ounce. I hate him.
No.
I hate the man.
No. Every episode of Chuck, he had his shirt off. Come on.
Yeah.
I took my shirt off. They rolled me back into the ocean.
But you look darn good in a Santa suit.
Well, there
Yes.
you go. Not everybody can rock a Santa suit.
Not true. Very
That
true.
is true.
Hey, easy there, buddy. We've had a bad week this week.
I know. The news is not good. It's really sad everywhere right now with
Yeah.
COVID, and then young black men losing their lives. I mean, it's
COVID and cops coming to America.
It's ridiculous right now. I'm so sick of it. I mean, I'm so
And
sick
here's
of
the
it.
thing. It's like I know a lot of cops, and most cops are great guys. But when you have like a bunch of bad ones, it gives them all a bad name. So I'm hoping these guys get a little bit of justice, so that
Yes.
People can see that it's not all cops and that it's not the whole system that's against us.
Definitely.
And that's all I'm going to say about that.
I
Fair
agree. That's why we need a show that's light and airy, like Something Smells Funny, which Mark so graciously did one of the episodes, and we're very excited about that. So we have 4 complete episodes, and I'm not going to say too much, but good things are happening. And in fact, when I get off of here, I have to go do another meeting, an actual face-to-face, but we'll have masks. But things are moving forward, so we're really excited about healthy cooking and comedians. We need to laugh and take better care of ourselves right now coming out of all this.
That'll be more of a mask to mask than a face to face.
That's all I got. Yeah. You won't know when I'm bluffing. Yes,
See?
that's right. It's a weird time. Everyone's wearing masks, Colleen. It's the greatest time in America for ugly people.
They've never felt so empowered.
Yes. Homely people unite.
Sometimes I wear 2 masks.
Oh.
When the whole mask thing came about, I said, before long, somebody's going to walk into the bank and go, I already got this mask on. I might as well make a withdrawal. And sure enough.
Yeah. What a time in America. And we got the plastic bags back at the grocery store for free. And it only took a pandemic.
Yes.
So people had to die. They go, well, people are dying. Maybe we should give the people bags
Go
back.
back to bags.
Well, Scott, I don't know if you know this, but this is a nerd show. So is there anything that you nerd out about?
I nerd out about, well, you know what? I love to read. So I guess, yes, I've been an avid reader since I was a kid. And I have a vast comedy library of about almost 500 books, from autobiographies to biographies to how-tos and improv. I mean, anything stand-up or comedy movies. People who have, started off in vaudeville and black and white and on the radio, all the way now to comics like Mark and me who are doing it. So I think nerds love to read. And if that's so, then I am a big, big nerd, because if I'm not, writing or doing my cartooning, I love to read. I love to absorb about history gone by, especially in the entertainment world. So that's my nerd thing, I guess.
So you and Mark have known each other for a long time.
Many years.
A long, long time.
How did you
80s.
all meet?
Many years. Yep. And we hit it off right away. And I just respect everything that Mark does. Great actor, hilarious comedian, a good guy too. He's, what you see is what you get, and he loves life, and he loves to make people laugh like I do. And he excels at all that stuff, man. Look at him.
Favorite superhero? Go.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Yes.
I'm gonna go with Superman or Hulk.
Hulk.
Yes.
Oh, that's an interesting choice.
Or Bulk.
Yeah,
I know Mark was the Incredible Bulk last year for
That's-
Halloween. Superman is a good one. I guess who doesn't like Superman? He does it all, right?
Yeah, because he's got the X-ray vision. He can burn stuff with his eyes. He can tear stuff up with his hands. He can fly. Hulk jumps like he can fly, and he can smash stuff. He doesn't need the laser eyes.
And then you have and then you have the Flash, superheroes who got completely ripped off. Let me get this straight. all I do is run real fast. Is that it? Yes, that's it. I mean, some superheroes, yeah, they got the bottom of the superhero gene pool. You know, I can run fast. That is it. If you need delivery, though, the Flash was the original Postmates.
Ah,
He was Uber Eats. When the guy can go around the world in like mere seconds, that is a hot pizza. I'm double tipping that Flash dude.
Yeah.
What about you, Colleen? Favorite superhero, Colleen? Favorite superhero?
That is a very good question. Growing up, it was definitely Spider-Man.
Mhm.
And then Superman's a favorite. Sorry, Captain Marvel. Gotta go with Superman. And you know, as a girl, Wonder Woman was definitely
Wonder Woman.
a big influence. Speaking
Yeah.
of ripped off characters, what about Squirrel Girl? I mean, come on, you guys have such better, like, cool characters. Like, we get Wonder Woman, awesome, Batgirl, Supergirl, Squirrel. I mean, like, whose idea was that?
Never saw Squirrel Girl. Sounds odd.
Sounds
Yeah,
awesome.
what?
That just leads you down a whole path of jokes you can't use at a church.
Right. Or it's the opposite. From the insane asylums, Squirrel Girl, she's nuts.
See, this is what I'm saying. This poor girl. I mean, she's kind of got some cool superpowers and stuff, but I mean, she's Squirrel Girl. So,
Like, well, what's her power? Is she a hoarder? Squirrel Girl. Her cheeks.
And then she spits them at you.
Right.
really fast.
Right.
Really fast. That's where the fast comes in.
hmm I just finished, Scott. You know the Moore Park Theater that I do the show at.
Yes.
They're a big part of their funding comes from their summer camp, and they couldn't do it live because of COVID-19 got in the way, and so they're doing most of their stuff on Zoom. And so I just finished a 4-week comedy course for kids. We started with 8 kids, and then immediately the first day one didn't show and never showed, and then we had one drop out the second day, and then we had 2 drop out. So we were left with 4, and Abai, who this kid, we actually put him on stage at our last show because I had been working with him for almost 6 months, I guess, on his first little set. And he was one of the 4 that we finished with yesterday. And he is a legitimate opening act. 9th grade.
Wow.
9th grade. And so there's one other 9th grader and then 2 middle schoolers. And all of them have potential to be good little comics. So I was really pleased with that. And that's Moore Park High Street Arts Center in Moore Park. So if you're so inclined, you know, hit their website up, High Street Arts Center in Moore Park, and give them a little donation to help keep their doors open. That way, when we go back to work, me and Scott will have a place to play.
Yes.
Definitely.
And I don't want to, so I guess they're that good. What you're telling me is my career has been replaced by some young kid with zits. Is that
Actually,
it?
they're all
taking over now?
storytellers, so you're safe. Nobody wanted to be a set-up punch kind of guy. So you're safe. I was trying to get this one kid to go your direction, but he was like, nah, I've seen his act.
You're cutting up.
Not cutting out, cutting up.
I'll do the, okay, let's go. Come on.
Stop.
No. Okay.
Unfun. Nick. Colin is good. I've lost control of the show.
I love you, man. No, I'm glad you're here. Thank you. Thank you for sure. You both are awesome. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Both. I look forward to the show. Hint, hint. Coming soon. Hint, hint.
Yes. Coming very soon. We're very excited. So we got a couple of good things happening right now, and we just had another meeting yesterday, and it looks really hopeful. So we're just getting him all the paperwork, but just keep it in your prayers. And but you know what? Like Mark, my heart is stand up, and I missed the stage, and I cannot wait to get back on that doggone stage with a microphone and some people, because we're doing all this kind of stuff. And Mark and I and all our comic friends are like, we know it's funny, but it's just when you can't hear the laughter, you're just like,
It's not the same. It's painful.
It's not the same. And even as a one-liner, I got to slow it down just a hint, and you're like, oh Lord.
Yeah, it takes the steam out of it.
Yeah.
So what we're trying to say is to help us feed our families, please go to Cameo and request a cameo. If you have somebody you want to tell off, if you want to tell them that you love them or any of that, go to Cameo and I'll do it for you.
Yes. And this is from the heart, and I mean this. I take PayPal.
Cash App,
please, people,
PayPal.
click the banner below, and even if there's no banner, listen. You can. I do carrier pigeon. You can wrap up a 20 on a brick and heave it at me. I'm good to go. But anyway, thanks for having us, Colleen. Colleen froze. She's just so adorable. She looks like she's frozen. She's like, she's not frozen.
Patiently waiting. No, you both are awesome. And are there any other charities besides the Moorpark Theater that you'd like to mention right here?
Human Growth Foundation for sure. We do a thing twice a year, Walk for Kids Growth, one in New York and one in LA at Griffith Park. And we couldn't do those this year because of COVID. Also, we normally do a Say No Bullying Festival in Griffith Park, and we couldn't do that. We couldn't do the annual fundraising gala and award show. So all those things have really impacted the charity, which definitely is a huge help for children with growth disorders. So Human Growth Foundation is the foundation that I support most.
Excellent. Thank you, gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate you both. And I look forward to seeing you live here soon.
Yes, because the dead comedians, they just lay there.
Yeah, I always say it's good to be seen and not viewed.
Yeah, stay safe though, everybody. Stay safe, and go to Facebook, Something Smells Funny, and like us, and you can see all what's happening right there. And that'll be good too. And again, I take PayPal. Hi. Hey, let me leave with my favorite joke. The judge says, "Sir, your first wife died from drinking tea, and your second wife died from drinking tea, but your third wife the other night died from a bullet to the head. Can you explain?" He says, "I sure can, Your Honor. She wouldn't drink the tea."
That's a good joke. My favorite
joke.
My favorite joke actually came from my daughter. She said, "Daddy, did you know," this is at 5 years old, she says, "Daddy, did you know that girls are smarter than boys?" I said, "No, baby, I didn't know that." She says, "There you go."
That's awesome. I'm going to steal that one.
And then I asked her, "Did she know how to tie her shoes?" How about that? Set up.
You're incredible. But I have to go. We're having the PS4 actually surgically removed from my 13-year-old son's hand.
Hilarious.
That's right. You can catch me outside. How about that? Anyway.
His kid doesn't even have hands. He just has like flippers.
Exactly. Everything I've ever given my son has numbers in it. MP3, PS4. I gave him COVID-19. We should all freeze and then say goodbye. Thanks, everybody. On that note, Mark is frozen. Bye, everybody.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mark.
Thanks for having me.
Bye.